The dog. It's his dog, but in a statue.
Is that cool? Aw.
You should make a Milo into a statue.
Maybe roll.
Look at that little tennis ball in front of it. That's cute.
This is where he buried it.
Maybe.
And the statue that size is good.
Walk around the store and see how they had the different tiles. You pick something for yourself. We bought the heart here.
I still have this.
Still have it?
Be my backsplash.
What is that?
It's cemented into your backsplash?
No, you said I'm waiting to still do my backsplash.
Oh, those are the hearts.
Natasha has one of the hearts at her house. Grandpa bought it 2 years ago?
Yeah, we've been here something like
He
this.
made last year.
2 years ago, probably.
No,
This factory
these are
makes
newer
some.
ones, but in the past, yes, he created a factory and he would make them. And he has that one.
Is this a dragon?
What kind of tires is this?
It's a horsey. Yes. Yeah, from all those tiles.
This is ginormous.
So sweet.
These things are
Are you filming yourself now? Selfie stick.
selfie stick.
That's right.
Literally the whole thing. Puppies. Well, that's a big one.
Yeah, this is for around the fireplace, I think.
Big square.
Maybe on the floor.
Probably made a tile fireplace just like this. Next says fireplace on it. Did you see the big fireplace one?
That's awesome. That's pretty sweet.
There's nobody here. Hello. Do we buy the tickets for the...
Yes, of course. For the 12:30 tour?
We will go.
Whenever.
Oh yeah. Let's do it, the tour, yes. 12:30 tour, so how soon is
We
that?
also just started the video now.
Yeah. So,
If you guys want to head in, I just started it a second ago.
Okay.
And I can get your payment afterwards. Yeah.
let me pay now, but I tell them to go.
How many people is it?
Krzyś, Ella, go and watch the film right now because it just started. And I'll be right there.
How many people?
3 adults and 3 kids, 5, 8, and 10. Go this-
Just head in through the store and you can sit there. Comes to $44.
and this. I'll do that with you.
All right, comes to $65.20.
Thank you.
Another heart.
I have another one, yeah.
own lot, other persons who did advice. He also conducted experiments and hired help. At this time, the arts and crafts movement was prominent in Mid-America. The movement was a rebellion against the machine and called for a return to handcrafting and encouragement among the things. Mercer embraced the movement and became an influential American proponent of society. His fast attempts at making pots and bowls led him to make ornamental style and became sought after by leading arts and crafts architects. His first designs came from the 18th century cast iron stove plates of 50-inch length. The plates bolted together to form a freestanding stove was a more efficient heating device than conventional fireplace. In 1899, he received his first order for tiles for a residence in Doylestown. The design images came from stove plates. When naming his pottery the Moravian Pottery and Tile Works, Mercer was acknowledging that some of his earliest designs were copied from stove plates he had seen in Bethlehem at the Young Men's Missionary Society, an institution of the Moravian Church. There is no other connection between the pottery and the Moravians. Mercer's Moravian tiles gained immediate recognition. In 1903, he was awarded a contract to provide paving tiles with the new Pennsylvania Capitol building under construction in Harrisburg. Completed in 1906, the Capitol floor became Mercer's most prestigious job, containing 16,000 square feet of 3-inch square paving tiles and nearly 400 mosaics. He had chosen as the subject for the mosaics the history of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania from its earliest settlement in the 20th century, with scenes depicting the Commonwealth's natural resources and the origins, crafts, and trades of the people. Within just a few years of visiting the old redware pottery, Mercer had perfected his technique for crafting tiles, a technique that he immediately patented. The pottery complex included the Indian House studio and 2 outbuildings. The demand for his tiles was now so great that a larger factory was needed. He decided to construct a new pottery using concrete as he had for his first kiln shed, pictured here, and also from his house, FONTHILL. The plan for his new pottery contained few construction drawings. For the basic design, he chose a Spanish mission layout, complete with the courtyard. The preliminary sketch showed the basic shape and areas. He noted construction dimensions and locations for kilns. Features were copied from Spanish colonial missions such as those in San Juan Capistrano and Santa Barbara. The new pottery took about 2 years to build. The concrete was hand mixed. The mission style may have seemed strange for a factory, but it had some advantages. Kiln areas were separate from work, storage, and office areas.
So let's go. Let's go.
As the temperature variation within the kiln during the firing influenced the final coloration of the tile. Now,
Look at his eyes, guys. You stay here?
The owl.
It's a funny building. With all those chimneys, because they still have the ceramic workshops here. They still build a
Look, there's a
ceramic
plane!
There's an airport near there.
That's why they wouldn't let me play with drum.
Do you see the tiles on the too?
Oh yeah, I'm a really good drone player.
Be careful as you go.
You got this thing really fast.
Hold my hands, man. You hold my hands.
You got this really fast plane, and I'm awesome at flying planes. I'm really good.
Did you play with drum?
My last drone, I was zooming it like crazy. Catching awesome views. Until it died. And it was flying over. I don't have those expensive ones, but I want those expensive ones.
During the tour, they make a presentation. They make actual tiles.
Copy of Grandpa.
And there's a note that they're trying to copy.
This is what they make the plan. It's cool. It's such a great idea because their biggest material is curry
From the lake.
from the clay, from the ground. Yeah.
They take it from the lake, yes, from the clay. The same clay as they used to, supposedly.
Make a tile rubbing. What is that?
Oh, so you can take the piece of paper and rub it and stamp all it. Oh wow, you remember your stick is very long. Eluś, może can you show him how to do the stamp?
Oh, like color it and then press it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did this with Grandpa before. Remember we had to press, we had to stamp the stamp. We had to do it really hard.
You're on paper?
Just do it really hard. Color in one of these pictures. Like this one.
I
Color
want the same things.
really hard.
Ooh, beautiful. And then stamp.
And that's damp.
You push it down.
Oh, this is not coming up here.
Like this? Well, how do you do it? You
You
need
need
like
to do it really hard. It's all rubbish.
I want to make like a Fairfield acupuncture.
why do they don't
Fairfield
like one?
acupuncture tile.
Like everywhere.
Liam, be
Now
careful.
let me try.
That's right. You should make some kind of design
Yeah, why don't
and,
they
in front
do
of your
larger?
office.
Yeah, so.
Elizabeth can do it for you.
Exactly.
Logo.
I charge $11.
She would.
You see the love between you two.
It's just a joke. There's a family discount. Don't worry.
Yes, that's still coming handy. Still dropping or something.
Here, Liam, go. This is everything's pressable in here.
During the tour, they probably have some kind of show. Maybe they let kids do it.
No,
Yeah.
It's not working.
I never.
I think you have to do it really, really hard.
It's not enough light.
Yeah. It's not
No,
working,
it's not.
actually.
This one looks like the child rubbing. This one's actually easy.
Easy to turn.
There's some person here. Clay pit. Clay pit downstairs. Please watch your steps. We're going downstairs.
Some people came out of nowhere, and I think that's when the tour ends. What? This one's Warray doll marble.
I think there is something there. That's how they fire them. They also do bricks. Different sizes.
Bless you. I'm just spreading all the germs.
Yeah, that's a side effect.
It's called spreader. You're a...
If you want to come over here, I can give you all
Yes,
demo.
definitely.
Oh,
Yes.
guys, come on. He's going to give us a little demo. Come on. Come on. We've got 2 other ones.
It'd be great.
We love a demo. Guys, come on. He's going to show us.
So right now I am doing these tiny little owls, but what I just did, and what I'll probably show you in taking out, was this big owl mold. It's a little bit of an owl day for me, I guess. But for these little ones, I just grab a piece of clay, not super glamorous, and just shove it in there. With the larger molds, what I'll do is I'll cut a big old piece of clay from the slab and kind of put that into the mold. But because they're so tiny, they don't really need a lot of precision. Just like so. And then I'm going to slide this into the press. Just press it down. Don't need a ton of force because they're super small. And what I will do for that is I will cut off the excess clay. And all this clay can be recycled later. Clay can be taken and dried out and then re-wet and then used again an infinite amount of times.
Is it true that you're using the same clay as Henry Mercer from the lake?
It is true. So it's not the same lake because that lake was in Doylestown and that got filled in for the Doylestown airport. But it's geologically the same clay because it's from Lake Toad, which is about 25 minutes north of here. And it's not the same lake, but it's the same clay.
Okay.
But yes, for most things that we do, we use this wild clay that's locally sourced. We sometimes substitute it out for standard commercial clay for custom orders, or for maybe if someone wants a white clay that we dye, or if a tile is super big, we can't use the wild clay because it doesn't stretch that far. And Henry Mercer did the same too. He only stretched his tiles so far. And then what I will do is on these little owls, I will stamp the backs of them with this little Tileworks. Oh, this is 2024. Where's 2025? Here we go. I'll stamp them with this tiny little Tileworks logo and year, and they are barely gonna. It's barely gonna fit on there because it's so small. But I'll just go and stamp the dragon onto the back, and then I will use a mallet to get them out. And honestly, I'm really going to try to tap these so lightly. Because they're so small, they dry out pretty fast. The plaster absorbs the water out of the clay. But something larger like this tile right here, that needs to sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. But, see, this one right here already kind of wants to come out. Okay, that one really wants to come out. So there's a little owl. And these are just really tiny for our little brick kits that we do and resell them. And I will just set this on the side and I just clean up the edges like so. And I'll set it down over here. And then for larger tiles, what I'll do is I'll still use the mallet, but with a little bit more care this time, or maybe a little bit less care, more power. But I really want to make sure that this doesn't really come out in an awkward way or doesn't get bent, because this took a lot more energy to make. So I will just go around, tap on the corners until it comes out. And Henry Mercer used to use what is called a clay magnet to get tiles out of the molds, which is just taking a piece of clay and putting it on the back and then peeling it out. But that actually will bend the tile, which isn't what we want now. People don't really want to buy bent tiles. But historically, Henry Mercer really loved bent or broken or cracked tiles. He felt that they added to the look. And in like a mosaic of 500 flat tiles, if 30 of them were messed up or looked pretty nasty, it kind of just added to the look. And one of the reasons he loved tile making was that he loved really old mosaics that have been sitting for 100 years. And to replicate that, he just threw in really bad tiles to make it look like they had been. So then I will flip this over. And once it come out, here we go. I will. So that's the tile. And on the back of this tile, I've stamped it with a couple more things because, one, it can fit them. So there's the Tileworks logo. Right there is my own personal maker's mark. If it fits, you put them too. For us, it's for quality control, but it's also just very common to have that. And then at the bottom is a special edition stamp. This tile is a Henry Mercer design, but we've altered it, so it's marked with a special edition stamp. And then, because it's a decorative tile that might be hung on a wall, we have an indent on the back. So I will just put this over here so that it can be dried out. And at the end of the day today, we're going to put a white slip over them, which is what has been put over this candle holder that was made yesterday. And the white slip just kind of acts as how you would prime a wall before you paint it. This blue glaze here is transparent, so you put it over a white slip so that the blue really shows through. But the yellow glaze B tile is opaque and doesn't need to have the slip base. So when we wipe it off, it's brown because that's the color of the clay. So, also some cool things about this room. We have on that white little board over there, our glaze palette. It's pretty much the same glaze palette that Henry Mercer had. It's not identical though because some minerals get mined out and we substitute them with similar minerals, but they're not exactly the same because it's a different mine. Pretty much the same. And we're also situated between two of his biggest coal bottle kilns, and these are absolutely massive. They stretch all the way around into the next room, and we're only fired in the fall and winter because they're so hot. If you fired them in the summer, you could probably die of heat stroke. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with that. We don't fire them anymore because coal-powered kilns are extremely efficient and also not very clean. But huge mass in a dump truck. I don't know if you were all here, but our clay, I told everyone that our clay is stored Pottery, it's local, it's wild clay. It's stored off-site, but we get it delivered to us via a dump truck. It's put out back. And when that happens, we'll take a couple days to just put it through the extruder and get like half a year's worth of clay done. So we don't use it too often. It doesn't really need to be used. And clay that I've used, I can just wedge back together with my hands with a little bit of water. So.
Are you worried about that, like, the clay running out at all? Like, I don't know where you're mining it or getting it from.
Not really. So we got about 100 years worth of it, and that was the 90s. I'm not sure how they exactly measure 100 years. I guess we've used 35% of it since it's 2025, or we're about to use 35% of it. I don't know. It's not my job to determine. But with that, even though that clay will run out eventually, Henry Mercer's lake in Doylestown did run out. That lake was filled in. But this whole area, most lakes that have clay in it, the clay is the same clay. Because like huge amounts of feldspar gets moved, and then it gets settled, and water gets added, and silica and aluminum molecules mix with water, and pressurized and all that jazz, and then that's clay. But it's the same type of clay. So it's geologically identical if we went to a different lake.
Even different world. I mean, all over the world, I think we have that layer of red clay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's red clay pretty much everywhere. It's a really common type of clay.
Where do we this way? This is the way?
Yes! Yeah, down that way.
Thank you. Been here before. Oh, there's another door.
Awesome, right?
Buy some tiles. Where do you want to go? Sorry. You want to buy something more, or you just done? You want to go? Go? All right, so let's go outside.
Check out.